Hello and welcome. Imagine this situation. You're sitting at a table, your aunt said something in Croatian, you understand every word, you know what she means, you even know what you want to say back, and then nothing comes out. This is not a confidence problem. It's not even shyness. It's linguistics. There are two comparatively different systems in your brain when it comes to language. One is receptive, the ability to understand what you hear or read, and the other is productive, the ability to speak or write. And they develop separately. They are stored separately, and they do not automatically convert into each other. When you grew up hearing Croatian at home, your brain built a strong receptive system. You absorbed the sounds, the rhythms, the meaning. Your brain filed it all away. But if nobody required you to speak, if English was always the easier option, if adults switched languages when you struggled, if you were never truly pushed to produce Croatian, your productive system stayed dormant. So you understand Croatian because you heard it for years, but you can't speak it because you were never made to. And this is what linguists call the gap between receptive and productive competence. And inherited speakers, so people who grew up with a language at home but were educated in another, well, with them, this gap can be enormous. So you can follow an entire conversation. You can watch a Croatian film without subtitles, and you can still freeze completely when someone asks you a direct question. And the reason is simple. Understanding requires recognition, while speaking requires retrieval. Recognition is a passive skill. Your brain matches what it hears to what it knows. Retrieval, on the other hand, is active. Your brain has to find the word, build the structure, produce the sound, and all in real time under social pressure. So, recognition, you have practiced for decades. Retrieval, you have almost never practiced at all. So what do? Well, you close the gap by doing the one thing your brain has been avoiding. You produce. Imperfectly, slowly, with gaps and borrowed English words, but you produce. Not because output is the only way to learn, but because your specific problem is not lack of knowledge. Your specific problem is lack of practice retrieving what you already know. And the only way to train retrieval is to retrieve. You don't need more input. You need to start using what you already have. Even if it's one sentence, even if it's wrong, even if you have to stop halfway through and start again. That is not failure. That is exactly what closing the gap looks like. Your Croatian is not gone. It's waiting, and it just needs to be asked. Vidimo se sljedeći tjedan.